Hey sneak peekers, it's Ali and I am so excited to bring you at Lilly Singh's premiere for her new film, Doin It. Yeah, tell us about your role and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Lily plays like a sex ed teacher, so I'm one of the main students that she interacts with. We pull her leg, we make sure we keep her in her place, so it's really fun. Yeah.
Oh, fun! And
Yes, my role is I play Jess, I play Maya, the lead's best friend, and basically I find out she's a virgin and I make it my goal to undo that fact about herself, which, I mean, you meet any 30-something-year-old person, find out they're a virgin, I mean, that's what you would do, right?
what drew you to wanting to produce this film, or any fun stories you have, like while you were making it, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think what really excited me about this movie is it was about a South Asian woman, and it was a story that was very different that I had never seen being told anywhere else. And I think it's a comedy, it's hilarious. Lilly Singh just does a fantastic job, and it's really laugh out loud funny, which I think is something that we haven't had a lot of that lately in the cinema. So I think I'm excited to see that. And I think as far as funny moments, I think just the way that we intersected with Lily's team wasn't a traditional path. I kind of met her through a friend and decided to get involved in this. So really excited, and just can't wait for everyone to see it. And when you see it, you'll just see all the heart that went into it. A lot of hard work, and it was tough. We had to navigate, some things post-COVID and then pre-strike, so just had to kind of navigate some of those situations. But it all worked out really well, and we're just so excited to be here and just see it all come together.
I would love to hear fun set moments you had or fun memories as you were making this film.
Absolutely. It was filled with that. It was only that. We had a wall where we had a lot of rated R art, a lot of dicks and boobs and this and that. I'm gonna say it, it's doing it. And making the art and us holding it up and just like laughing at each other, it was so fun and just like filled with a lot of laughs, like not only on the screen but behind the scenes as well. Yeah.
Well, it's fun. Anytime you get to work with someone who has so much crossover with you, I mean, I grew up in Canada like Lily. We both have these brown aunties that wish that we weren't doing what we do. I mean, mine certainly wish that I was doing something different. And so having that sort of camaraderie and that in common, we often found ourselves just like talking like two aunties between take, being like, that was pretty good, they'll probably make us do it again. And dreaming of like a spin-off where we like go to India. So are you interested? Would you like that? Do you want to crowdfund it?
Yeah, no, the chemistry. I mean, it was cast perfectly. I have to say, the characters and the way we interacted, it was written so naturally, and just lent itself to a real dynamic interplay between actors and between characters. So I would just say, like, being on set and shooting the scenes was the most fun for sure.
So I saw you were director and writer. Could you talk me through, what it's like to kind of hold two different roles on a film production?
Well, it was co-written with Lily and Intel. It's so great because you get to like merge brains, and it's just all the sum of its parts is so much greater. But I think it is nice to be a part of the audition and direct the movie, because it's just, you are so much more in the story. You've been inside with the characters so much. But once you start directing, you really take off all the rest of your hats, and the actors have so many ideas because they then embody not just the story, but they're embodying their individual characters, and then they have so many great ideas about their characters. So then you have to really just become the director at some point and do what's best for the film.
Yeah, we're actually here with the University of Texas, a student. We're here at a student-run organization. I saw you co-wrote, you produced, you're starring. Can you just tell me what it was like, having so many hats in the game as you were making the movie? I'd love to hear that.
So stressful. It was so stressful. As someone who is also a control freak, especially coming from my background where I created my own content, I'm very used to editing my own stuff, producing my own stuff. Every aspect of it I was involved in. And then you do a film with a creative team and you're like, so you have a note? What was that? A note? So it was really stressful, but I learned so much. I am very humbled because it is a first producing, first co-writing. You have to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, I should be kind of called out and checked sometimes, because a lot of people on this team are more experienced than me. Some of my cast are way more experienced than me. It was a very humbling experience to learn from them and you know, take notes.
This film just sounds like, we've talked to the producers, some actresses, you know, it sounds like it's such a fun comedy movie, but it sounds like it has some messaging behind it. Like, what do you hope audiences take away from this film?
Totally. I hope the conversation that starts is about how we treat girls and women, especially as it pertains to shame around sex. You know, my upbringing was I never got to talk. I barely had sex education in school. I had 2 hours and my gym teacher was like, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. But I think it wasn't until I reached full-fledged adulthood where I was like, wait, like, why am I so ashamed of my body? Why do I feel so uncomfortable about this thing? Why do I feel shame around topics that other people feel so empowered about? And I really had a lot of unlearning to do. And so if I had a film like this growing up, I do feel like I would have just been much more comfortable and healthier as a person. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to empower women to be like, make decisions that serve you. Unlearn all the other stuff society's downloading onto your brain a little bit, you know?
And so, I mean, we're going to be graduating soon and want to, you know, break into this industry. Anything you have to tell us?
The advice that I have for anyone that wants to get into this industry is in the title of the movie, just do it. Doing it. Lilly started doing it early, you know, doing it's not just sex, it's about doing what you love doing, putting one foot in front of the other, and not being a perfectionist about how perfectly you land that foot.
Yeah, I think the biggest advice I would say is if you're really passionate about it, I think, you know, this is a field that requires a lot of passion, and it's a lot of hard work too. And so I think if you realize this is the way to go, I think networking with as many people in the industry, coming to events like this, and really just keep working on, you know, your pitches or your ideas, and just keep trying to get them in front of as many people as you can. And it's a great, you know, industry to be in, and I think if you keep at it, it does take, you know, some perseverance, but if you keep at it, it'll all work out.
Create your own content, pretty much, you know, make yourself irreplaceable. You know, learn as much as you can, come in, volunteer, just start to maybe just, volunteer with people that you admire and figure out what they need and offer that. You know, how can you make yourself useful? Not necessarily, you know, can you please hire me? But, you know, here's something that I have to offer, and I want to be able to help you because I love what you're doing.
I mean, filmmaking is just learned through hands-on experience and application, so I would just get out there and start making things. I started out making little short films. I made 4 short films before I made my first feature, and then I made my next, and then my next. You know, it's just, you have to just keep making. I mean, it's called filmmaking because you have to make, and I studied at Columbia. Like, I got a really great education in film, but ultimately it was in making films that I, you know, started to develop muscle and really understand how to make films.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited to go see it. I'm so excited for you. I've been following you since the YouTube days. Like, our final question, you know, we are students. A lot of us are graduating soon. Do you have any advice for students who want to make it in this industry, you know, women who want to make it in this industry?
I do have some real advice. I do. I'm going to look right into your soul and your eyes when I say this, and I'm sure you've heard this many times, and I'm going to say it again. Especially if you're a woman, especially for a woman of color. It's already hard enough to be anyone to get into this industry, but especially if you're a woman of color, it is so immensely hard. And I have learned that there's going to be times over and over again in your career where you think for some reason it's going to be easier. Oh, I got this show, I got this role, I got this, I made it, I'm at the table. It's a lie. It's all a lie. It is continuously hard over and over and over again. And then when you make it, someone's going to question you again. Then when you make it, someone's going to devalue you all over again. So the advice I have, now that sounded very bleak, the advice I have is the number one emotion you have to have is dedication and passion to this. And if you can honestly ask yourself, is my level of passion 10 out of 10? The answer is yes, you'll be just fine. But if you for a second feel like it's not, you gotta rethink that, because your passion has to be stronger than every challenge that'll come your way, because the challenges will keep coming. That is the best advice I can give you. Because like, there's been days where I'm like, this is really hard, but I just want to do it so badly. You gotta have that latter part. You gotta have it.
You know, being a film student, I completely resonate with that. You know, there's always hurdles and there's always something, especially being a woman going into film. Like, that was genuinely so beautiful.
Not to flex, but subtle flex. My mentor, Dwayne Johnson, flex. Flex. But I will say, he's even told me that in his life, his level of success, he's like, the challenges never stop. You're never going to reach a point in your career where you're like, no challenges. I've made it now. Even though it's continuously difficult, and you have to be continuously dedicated and passionate.
Gosh, thank you so much. We're so excited for you, and like I can't congratulate you enough. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's so great to meet you. Thank you so much for watching Sneak Peekers. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to stay tuned for the rest of our awesome red carpet coverage at South by Southwest this year.
I gotta say, can we vote on how sweaty I am? Do you do that at the University of Texas? Put a little toggle or like a button? How fucking sweaty could I be? I flew all the way here for pictures because last year I came to South by Southwest. It was freezing, but I also didn't look very good. This year I've been working out, put a little extra makeup on, only to walk here and just be melting. Joke's on me. Next year I'm gonna get it right.
Rest assured, you look amazing. And highlight.
Guess what?
Yeah.
I had a baby 2 weeks ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Don't I look good?
Yes.
My wife carried, but don't I look good? It's my baby.
Congratulations.
2 weeks ago.
How gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I am. I'm missing him, but this is yes. His name is Rowan. Flying to South by Southwest is the only way that I could get a full night's sleep. I better keep doing movie festivals.
You know what? We're so glad to have you here, and we're so excited for you. I'm sorry it's a muggy day, but you look amazing. Yeah.